Good late night, everyone. T-Speaker222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibite OG. So it's 11:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. So just a little update on what we were talking about earlier. I felt like exactly what's happening right now was going to happen from a few updates earlier. Still see the questions. So we're not going to 70 cents. Watch my updates. You'll fucking figure it out inside the updates. Don't just comment. Figure it out. This has nothing to do with how low we're going. You guys need to understand, just because you go up doesn't mean the overall target changes. It's a part of the pattern we have to get through, and that's why I told you guys earlier. I was very transparent. I bought 11,100 XLM at 0.303, and I gave you every reason why I did it. Hasn't moved that much. It's up like 5%. I wouldn't have bought it for this. I'm looking for a higher move, and right now it's doing what I need it to. And overall, I believe XLM is going to be sub 20 cents at the end. So just because I say we have a short-term stretch where we can gain some profit, how does that change anything? That's one thing I don't understand. So I'll let you guys debate amongst yourselves. I'm just going to continue to show you the best technical analysis I can. Straight to the point, no FUD, free. Unless you want to join Tom's Army. Always appreciate new members of Tom's Army. $9.99 a month. We have 170 plus members. And it's a nice way to pay it forward. Or you can send a donation to the community fund if you would like. But it is not required. And I only want you to do it if I've actually helped you. So, that's what we're looking at for XLM. We're still up in this corner. We haven't really completed anything. But we're trying to push up. So, and it's all dependent on Bitcoin. But Bitcoin looks like it wants to do what I was saying earlier. When it comes this far, it's going to push straight up to the head. And that's what it's starting to extend up to. So, we'll see how this plays out. XRP, same thing. So, that's what we're looking at, guys. Nothing's changed. We're up a little bit from where we bought in, but so far this is just, it's just a part of it. But we haven't really moved anywhere. And the volume's not coming in very strong. So obviously watch very, very closely to make sure we're not about to roll over. But this still looks like we have one more layer to me. But it can easily come down just as quick as it went up. So there's no safe plays here. If you're sitting on the sidelines, that's a safe place because you don't have to worry about losing your money. So that's what we're watching. This is like my 9th update today on this channel, and I did 2 updates on each of my other channels. So it's been a busy and productive day, but I think we've been one step ahead. I feel pretty good about our positioning right now. Just remember, the stop loss on XLM, my stop loss was 30 cents. Now that it moved up to here, I'm not going to sell it. I mean, I'm not going to hold it if it comes back down south of this line right here, now that I pushed over it. So you can move your stop loss up just so you don't lose any money, because now theoretically it should use this as support while it's bouncing in here. So I mean, you can put a line there at like 31 cents, 309, so that you're in the profit when you sell, because there's no reason it should come back down all the way to where we were at. I'd say 31 cents would be a good support line right now. My original stop loss was 30 cents, and I bought it at 3033, so that was a very tight stop loss. But I knew if it was going to pop up like this, it wasn't going to go down under 30 cents. It's very rainy, very windy, so my joint keeps going out, and it's pissing me off. I got lemon this time, and oh man, is it fucking awesome. It reminds me of something I used to grow about 15 years ago. And they just called it lemon, but I could swear this strain when I grew it, it was a lemon, but I know it had a mix of sour diesel in it too. It wasn't a huge amount, but to give it this crisp lemon taste, it definitely had. And yeah, some sour diesel tastes like fucking diesel fuel, and it's not the right kind. It's the wrong pheno. But yeah, that's what we're watching right now. I'm very excited for what's about to happen because I know we're about to collapse. But before that, I also know that I could pull us a little bit of profit. So, you know, I try to stay transparent. The ones who say that I'm just the bear guy I think that's a little unfair, because when there's moments like this, when I think it's going to pop, I tell you. And then I also tell you when I think it's going to pop and I'm not getting in, which I did say before we even came up to this rally. I said if you're going to take a gamble and you're going to take a spot that it's going to reverse, I've shown you multiple times. So, but this is what I was expecting from earlier. And it's overall what we need. We need to create that. After we made the push up like this, we have to create a head. And right now it looks like we're starting to come onto that formation. I would expect a push before any kind of rejection. Since we made it past here, I would say it's pretty fair to say we're going to get up here around this 32.3. It's not guaranteed, but that's where I would be looking now. I'm not going to put that up there. I'm going to actually draw this out for XLM. It's like I did before, so we knew before it ever came here what we had to do. So if we could come up, you would have that. Oops. Coming across the top. But then you've got another very tight zone where you could have low support right here. So, I mean, you might have to get through these two areas, and then it would be like, you know, you're bouncing. Hey, we came up, and then it's support resistance, so we break up into this area. But I'd be more inclined to believe that the bottom support, we can get rid of this. And then we'd have an overall resistance again when we came up here. Just trying to show you other things you could have done. And then we'd have something like that. And then that would be more of your trading range. So if we did make a break up, we'd come up here and then it's like this. Until it wants to decide what it's going to do. But there's a lot of stuff, guys. And all we can try to do is stay one step ahead so we can make some of these profits. And I think ultimately it's reversing. I don't even know if it's going to get up past this. It might get rejected right at 32 cents. But that's what's going on. So watch Bitcoin. XRP is slightly behind. Well, I mean, it's not behind, but I knew it was farther ahead of XLM as far as price. That's why I thought that XLM was the way to go on this push. Didn't quite get the kahoonies like XRP did last time. So, I think we're doing pretty well. But just remember, this can roll over at any moment. That's the number one thing you need to take out of this. This can absolutely roll over at any moment. But when you get to these points, I mean, if you want to buy something, not now, but I'm talking about earlier, when it gets to a point like this where it looks like it's pretty reliable that it's going to break up, even if it's just 5 or 6%, you can at least play it like we did. Now we're up at, you know, 5.4% right now in XLM. Something like that. Maybe 5%. But we can now sit here in a position not worrying about are we going to FOMO in, but also being well aware if we break down that we would not want to sit in too long, because even if it's only 5%, you take that profit instead of riding it back down, even if it fails to do what you want it to do overall. Not saying it's going to fail to do anything, because all we were saying was 7.5 to 13% with a possible 25% if it rode it right. And that's being as upfront, as truthful as I can be. So that's all of XLM. You can see XRP's got a shit ton of wick pullbacks in this area. But we're back up because the trend keeps coming down. We're back up, you know, back into this trading range we talked about yesterday. And if we can somehow get up here, you know, we're going to make it interesting. So I think that was a beautiful draw of that uptrending support before it even really started, because it's been using it. And now we have to look at it logically. It's probably going to go between those two sideways channels they put up there if it's going to come back in there, which is 107.5 to about 111. Then we'd have to break up again to about 123. So that's up to the minute, up to the date. Bitcoin is who we thought it was. We had this channel. it's deciding to take this upward channel, and then we got some things going on right here. So that's why we got stuck in this area, but we've already had it mapped out, so we already knew that this was going to be an interesting area. So make sure to hit that like button, turn that bell notification to all, subscribe if you're new or returning, and for the love of God, check out all my other content. All of that is in the video description below, including my Twitter, which can keep you one step ahead so you know when my videos come out.